So today, crazy as it might seem since the 2-year anniversary was just last week, it is the 300th video. I know if you look at the actual number of videos on my channel, it will be a higher number than that, but there are a few videos in there that are duplicates, and one that's an update about a power outage preventing me from uploading. This one here is the 300th produced video for my channel, and it's going to be a little different. One day, in my patrons Discord, we were hanging out in voice chat, and someone suggested that my 300th video should be a bunch of my patrons getting together and ripping their most hated figures as many new orifices as possible. I loved that idea, so that's what's happening today. You are about to witness the first non-PerspectiveEnd PerspectiveEnd video. And to make sure that you watch this all the way to the end and give my patrons the time they deserve, giveaway time. This one I've actually had in my back pocket for a while now. Back when Buzzworthy Space Bumblebee was re-released, I thought my local Target had just located some missing stock. So I grabbed one off the shelf so I could give it away to one of you guys. Turned out, the shelves at every Target were going to be choked with a glut of these things for months after that, because after the first time they didn't make enough, they were definitely going to overproduce it now. So it seemed kind of pointless to give it away when it was easy for everyone to get right now, but not anymore. So to make sure that you watch every segment all the way through, this is how this giveaway is going to go. 1. You aren't just going to leave a comment here this time. Instead, you are going to email me at perspectiveend@gmail.com. The email will be titled 300th Video Giveaway. You must title it that for it to be counted. Now in this video, in all but one of the segments, each of my patrons lists off at least one figure that is not the subject of the segment. It is not their most hated figure. Now, it may be a repaint of the same figure, but it is not the particular figure they are trying to talk about. In your email, list at least one figure from each segment my patron talks about, but that is not their most hated figure. And that is all you have to do to enter the contest. Thank you for 300 videos so far. Now let the hate flow through you.
Hey, I just want to say congratulations PerspectiveEnd on 300 videos. I absolutely love every single one of them. But this is my most hated figure, Fall of Cybertron Impactor. The only figure I hate more than this is Fall of Cybertron Onslaught, because they did such a disservice to a great character, great design. Like, fuck this thing. Like, this is the best pose you can get it into. It can't even T-pose, right? Like, these joints are just so fucking wonky. Only thing good I can say about the robot is it's got a good head sculpt. That's about it. And, like, even for the time, this thing was just so bad. Like, just so bad. And to further prove my point, here's the, and I say this with heavy quotation marks, vehicle mode. I don't have the gun to cover up the arms. It really doesn't help. This thing, it's supposed to, I don't even know what the fuck it's supposed to be. Look at that. It really speaks for itself, like how bad this thing is. You can just see everything. Like, it's so bad. And the colors are wrong, too. How do you fuck that up? And all that in service of just a truly shitty combine mode. Like, look how gangly this bitch is. This thing is so fucking bad looking. Thank God Combiner Wars happened, so we could actually get a good Bruticus, because, oh my god, this thing is so fucking bad. It poses like shit. It just looks awful. Bruticus is one of my favorite characters, and this is just a piss-poor representation. Fuck this thing and everything it stands for.
This thing fucking blows, okay? Every Optimus I have behind here is better at being a mainline G1 Optimus than this Optimus is. Number 1, Battleblades Prime. Battleblades Prime is a fucking movie Optimus, and he's better as your G1 mainline Prime. Number 2, Superlink Grand Convoy. This is a TV magazine one, and I'd rather spend $250 on a dumpy looking Optimus Prime than pay $10 for this thing, because that is how much better this is. Fuck you. Siege Prime. He is just Earthrise, but better. He movie Studio Series Prime. Do I even have to explain? Star Convoy Generation Selects. It's Star Convoy. He's fucking cool. He's better than this thing. He looks cooler than that thing. He has more articulation. This stupid piece of shit brick. Cloud Optimus Prime and or the Classics mold. Anything of the Classics mold is literally better than every other Optimus right here. I will stand by that till the day I fucking die. Fucking Laser Prime. This is the old one too. Not even counting the new one. This is the old one, and it is better than this. It turns into 2 cool molds that are kind of neat. It has a fucking cool color scheme and looks awesome. Fucking Tokyo Toy Show First Edition Prime. That's not even including the normal one, all right? This thing kind of looks like a ghost. This thing makes me want to kill my player's Optimus. At least he's a fucking conversation piece. Galaxy Convoy, all right? This thing is awesome in every way. It's really cool. Yes, it parts forms like crazy, but who the hell cares? It's fucking Galaxy Convoy. Get over it. This thing blows.
So, Jinrai is my favorite Transformers character and Autobot leader, besides the obvious choice of Optimus Prime. He's forced into this fight that he initially wants no part in, but over time becomes a determined, kind-hearted Autobot leader that never gives up, that we all love, except Perspective for some reason. So, why is it so hard to get a decent figure of him? The original Jinrai figure is 4 parts: the Godmaster, the Cab Robot, the Trailer, and God Bomber. The Legends version only accomplishes 50% of this, as the Trailer, Robot, and God Bomber. You may think that it cut the other features out to focus on the combined mode, but that's pretty lackluster. His forearms are giant, making him look like a fucking gorilla, and the dinky little wings stick out way too high up his head, making him look like some sort of fairy. To get to be a good figure, you have to end up having to shell out even more money for discontinued upgrade kits. You know why it sucks? The card did the dumb fucking move of picking the wrong mold. Let me introduce you to the perfect Jinrai figure, Generation Select Star Convoy. It's a small Optimus figure that turned into the cab, which can combine with the trailer to form a super robot. That's literally Jinrai's gimmick. The card decided to use it on the wrong character, giving us a terrible Star Convoy figure and a terrible Jinrai figure. Star Convoy, a character who has never had a small robot mode, gets a figure with a small robot mode. Switch the base mold and boom, awesome Star Convoy, awesome Jinrai. But never gonna. So you might be saying to yourself, what figure can I get to fill the Jinrai-shaped hole in my heart? No, hell no. Literal perfection. This is fans' hobby's take on God Jinrai. Has the small robot, has the base mode, has the super robot mode, has all the weapons, has combined mode. The figure that this beloved character deserves. The only downside is it's MP scaled. So we still have no good version that scales with the rest of your figures. So Hasbro, when you eventually give us a new Jinrai figure, do it right, or else...
Well, somebody pass me the 2x4 and the Louisville Slugger because it's my turn to beat this dead horse. And I'm gonna be at it all night. You know, I didn't hate this figure at all when I first got her. She was okay. She was passable. She was decent. It was the closest interpretation of my favorite version of a character that I was gonna have for quite some time. And then I was even willing to excuse back then in my infinite fucking ignorance. I was willing to excuse the fact that the only thing she came with was this bullshit right here. I was willing to tell myself it wasn't a big deal that I had to take another figure's weapons and put them in the hands of this one just so I could get the vague idea that it was the character that I remember from one of my favorite Transformers series. Even then, I was not upset. But would you like to know when I finally started to fall out of it? You want to know when I finally got fucking sick of this figure right here? Well, aside from the fact that she is a poor homage, dare I say a shit cosplay of my dear great aunt, I finally lost it when I realized that that was never supposed to be RC in the first fucking place. Nah, it was never supposed to be RC. Right down to the bullshit fucking pizza dish that she came with as her only goddamn accessory. Ever since this figure was released, it was never supposed to be her. It was supposed to be fucking Road Rocket. Oh, and it wasn't just supposed to be Road Rocket. What if I told you for the low price of 2 deluxes, you get Flame War? That's right, folks. We're getting a Flame War. We're getting a Flame War on our rectal cavities. $42 fucking dollars? No, but let's be real. I'm totally gonna get it. But that's beside the point. I know a lot of you already know about it, but I'm still fucking pissed. It's like I've watched a Pokemon shittily evolve into something that I would actually want to have, but then you go and you make it cost as much as these 2 broads combined. And you know I'm gonna buy it too. Because I'm a sucker. Because you know what? Damn, that does look like IDW Flame War. You know something? I'm starting to think Shattered Glass doesn't mean what they say it means. I'm starting to think Shattered Glass just means updated paint budget. I'm starting to think Shattered Glass means, hey, we've already released this shit as many times as the Lambo brothers at this point. Why don't we dip it in another coat of paint, call it a different fucking character, and then call it a day? Now, I know what you might be thinking. Not really fair for you to take it all out on poor Legacy. I mean, it's not her fault they reused the mold. Yeah, you're right. But at the same time, this is what pisses me off about it. It's the disappointment. It's the disrespect of the character, of what the character actually meant to me, to other fans of the fucking series, okay? This does not look like Prime RC. This is Flame War in blue. And I get it. Originally, Flame War was a repaint of RC. But that doesn't mean it has to keep being the fucking case, does it? Does it? I mean, let's be real. Flame War in the IDW comics don't look nothing like RC anymore. So then what is the fucking point of not only keeping every single thing the same, using the same goddamn head sculpt, keeping the same lame ass, and I'm never gonna let this go. Don't you tell me to let this go. I'm never gonna let go of that stupid fucking disc, okay? That is the dumbest shit. That is the stupidest fucking accessory that they ever decided to release with a character. Because for the love of Christ, she is not a goddamn ninja. She's supposed to be a goddamn scout. She's supposed to have her pistols. Why doesn't she have the pistols? You finally release Prime character figures after we've been getting browbeat with G1 after G1 after G1 because you only listen to the fucking 50-year-olds in this fandom. And what do we finally get? We get a character that you have no intention of respecting. You want yourself a finally decent copy of Prime, I see? Your best bet? Going with a third-party figure like I had to do with APC Toys. But the problem is, I shouldn't have to do that. When you tell us that we're supposed to be getting a certain fucking character, release that fucking character. Don't give me some rehashed shit that you plan on using over and over and over and over and fucking over again by swapping out paint and a fucking head.
So these two are my least favorite toys.
Опять ты со своими игрушками играешься.
They suck. They barely pose.
Федь, найди уже себе работу.
Barricade doesn't have elbows, and Optimus doesn't have knees.
Мы за квартиру не платили 3 месяца, нас выселят в сентябре.
Also, Prime's legs are the wrong color.
Все, я уезжаю жить обратно к матери.
But the worst part is that they cost me the same as modern-day core class figures.
Now, there are a few figures in my collection that hold the title of being awful. Kingdom Tracks. I sold it. And really the only other one I can think of is Beast Hunter's Bulkhead, but even that is not nearly as bad as the worst figures I have in my collection. The G1 Constructicons. These suck. You might notice that I'm missing Mixmaster. That's because I don't care about them, so I don't care if I lose them. And Scrapper is missing an arm. I don't care. Let's go with the best one first. Bone Crusher. He's too green. The colors suck. Let's transform him. And the best one, I can't even get the feet out. He's stuck. This is still the best one because there aren't that many problems in robot mode except for the dumb colors. Scavenger. Transformation. And his feet. They suck. They are rounded at the bottom. His head is stuck. His arm is stuck. Long haul. His legs are stuck. Even if I do the intended separation, this is as far as they go. His arms are stuck. Scrapper. He's missing an arm. Once again, the legs are difficult. Look at this thing and tell me that it's good. You can't. Hook. You have to undo this entire process just to get the legs out so that you can put it back in. Pull the arms out, pull the head up, and now you just have this thing on his back. It sucks. These things are the worst figures in my collection. They suck.
I love Galvatron. He just might be my favorite Decepticon of all time. So when I heard about this new Titans Return Galvatron and I saw the pictures of it for the first time, I was so excited because all I've had up to this point was a Universe Galvatron, which kind of sucks. Unfortunately, this one also sucks. The head looks nothing like him from the front, even less like him from the side. The tolerances are complete crap. He can barely stand up, and same goes for the cannon. It's really a bummer because the posability on him is not terrible. He's got maximum elbows, hips that can go all the way front and back, normal 90 knees, but if you take off these stupid panels, you can get maximum. A little bit of up and down at the feet with some rocker, but like I said, the tolerances are completely terrible. I hope you have no plans on moving the head at all, unless you're about to take the Halloween mask off, in which case it's got a regular ball-jointed head. Transformation is probably the only thing about this figure I don't actively hate. There's some satisfying bits around it, especially around the leg area, and I think my favorite part has got to be flipping this up to fill that gap, but unfortunately it uses 2 different shades of purple. I should take this time to mention that he comes with a little Titan Master of Megatron with only red paint for the eyes, and this one's just as floppy as my Galvatron, so he can go screw off. And the cannon mode is just not the one. I don't really know how to put it into words, but no matter which way you have it, it just doesn't look right. I think it might be due to the fact that he's got these soft ratcheted shoulders, so no matter which way you have the treads, they're never completely level to the ground. And I don't think I would mind these problems if the Kingdom figure didn't also exist. And you thought I was going to show you the third mode that uses this kibble here? Yeah, no. Thankfully, I've now got this Kingdom one, which beats out the Titans Return Galvatron in every way, so I think it just might be time we parted ways.
Oh boy, Impossible Tetrajets. Oh, this piece of shit. I got the Thundercracker one. Oh, yeah, look at that wonderful alt mode, how it's a literal fucking tetrahedron and not just like a stylized jet. That's a great decision. I wonder what the compromise was. Oh god. Oh god. It's like a fucking horror show on the underside. Why? It's a shell former. You could cover the bottom too. And, the transformation. Oh, we want. Okay, enough of that. We want some actual horror story. Robot mode. Looks like a literal like. Want to imagine the word manlet Starscream, and this is exactly what you would think, or manlet Thundercracker in my case. Oh, the fucking joints are so weird. The backpack is weird. The feet are almost clever, but like the legs are fucked. And oh god, the face! Fuck this thing!